Life News reports today, based in New York City, the Expectant Mother Care EMC Frontline Pregnancy Centers has helped more than 42,000 women find alternatives to killing their babies. 42,000 women have been loved, supported. I've worked in a crisis pregnancy care center, and I'll tell you what, it's not easy work. It's not. And it's hard to decipher who's trying to steal from you because you're giving out money to help these women to get through this rough stage of their life. Apparently, that's enough lives saved from abortion to make EMC a target for the FBI. Chris Slattery, National Director of the Pregnancy Center chain, tells Life News that consistent with the recently discovered IRS attacks on pro-life groups, the FBI is now targeting EMC. I'll tell you what, the IRS and the FBI are the tip of the iceberg. I can assure you. I'm doing a lot of research on this right now as well, and you'll be seeing it in WorldNet Daily. President Obama has put the FBI on me, and they have politely invited me to their headquarters to talk this week, said the national director of the pregnancy center chain. Domestic terrorism agents have called me in order to answer their questions this week. Really? So let me just understand this. This director of a pregnancy center chain who helps women, 42,000 women, is now being labeled a domestic terrorist. Just let that sink in for a moment. They have launched a case to intimidate them. They are calling it absurd. The targeting comes as New York Attorney General has charged EMC with supposedly practicing medicine without a license. They were performing free ultrasounds. This is their practicing medicine. Now, never mind that you take Carpin and he has nurses helping him twist the head off full-term babies. Never mind that you have Gosnell, who, with all this sympathy factor, who snipped the spinal cords of full-term babies. Never mind there were people who are testifying all over the country that Planned Parenthood uses unqualified people without even medical licensure to perform abortions on women, resulting in all sorts of horrible atrocities, not to mention on babies, but also on the mothers. Never mind all of that. Let's go after the pregnancy care centers who are performing those evil ultrasounds. They use certified technicians and doctors, but the FBI is saying they fail to inform clients that they don't provide or promote abortion and contraception. That's their crime. This is the third attorney general to attack them since 1987, says Slattery. They came with a subpoena alleging fraudulent and illegal acts of practicing medicine without a license and fraudulent advertising, and for reportedly not complying with the 1987 consent judgment, which was mainly a speech censorship. Now, you know that the IRS has threatened people and said, allegedly, that they cannot protest in front of abortion clinics anymore. Groups that were formed that was part of their function, to educate out on a sidewalk, which in my opinion is your First Amendment right. Did you ever think about this? For those pregnancy centers who spend 3% of their time, that was a 3% of their time, handing out flyers in front of abortion clinics. Did you ever think about the fact that the abortion clinics aren't out there going, no, look at our pictures of aborted babies. See, it's a good thing to do to your baby. There's a reason for that. The hypocrisy here is overwhelming. The numbness we feel as a culture. I wrote a whole post about it, as you know, on WorldNet Daily called The American Psychosis. This is a psychosis, my friends. If you think we're not capable, if you fancy yourself any smarter than those in pre-Nazi Germany, and you're not fighting on the front lines of abortion, let me tell you something. You're not. They're passing censorship bills, muzzling the speech of those working outside of Planned Parenthood on the sidewalk with the simple intention of peacefully. When's the last time you heard about a ruckus out in front of a Planned Parenthood? When's the last time you heard about one of those wily pro-lifers getting all up in the business of some innocent girl going to have an abortion? Yet, censorship against pregnancy centers is in place now in San Francisco. And similar speech censorship bills are now being fought hard in Oregon. There's another bill that awaits a vote in the New York legislature. And yet, Planned Parenthood thrives on, despite its known murders. Now, how many pro-life protesters are known murderers? Expectant mother care, also known as EMC Frontline Pregnancy Centers, has been around since 1985. And in 1987, one of the earliest Planned Parenthood co-coordinated and orchestrated attacks, New York State Attorney General Abrams sued them, and two other New York City pregnancy centers. One closed after that for practicing medicine without a license and false and misleading advertising. Their false and misleading advertising is that they're not saying that maybe if you see your baby moving inside your womb, you might realize it's a baby and you might not want to kill it. That's their false advertising. Wake up, America. Wake up. A leading neuroscientist says religious fundamentalism may be a mental illness that can be cured. Wouldn't you like to know the cure? Stay tuned this Freedom Friday here on The Dr. Gina Show.